Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am building another family home, and this time I am building a rustic style family house in the forest, which you probably can't tell right now because right now I am building in Newcrest, and that's where I had planned on building this home. But once I started decorating, or adding some like details that made it feel more rustic and I don't know, just like it belonged in the woods, I decided to move it to Granite Falls so I could add more like evergreen trees and have that more wilderness environment. Unfortunately though, Granite Falls is not a residential world, it's just a vacation world. I'm really hoping that they will change that at some point. I mean, I'm not sure if they will, but maybe they will. But maybe there's a mod actually that allows you to live there. I'm not sure if there is, but I wouldn't be surprised. I've never looked it up. But if you guys know, definitely let me and the others know in the comments because I'd be very curious to find out if there is. But anyways, yeah, so here shortly I do move the house to Granite Falls, and basically my idea for the build was to just do something with more natural colors like greens and browns and like all those earthy tones, and to make it for a family that enjoys the wilderness. And so there are 3 different kids' bedrooms. There's a toddler room, a kids' room, and a teenager's room, and all of them have different outdoorsy themes, which I thought was really fun. Oh, and speaking of like outdoorsy stuff, there is a new kit coming out, and I actually built this before there was any like word of there being a new kit or the theme of it, and so it's actually pretty cool because if you are wanting to get that kit and you're also liking this house, I think they would go really nicely together, and I'm very excited to use it. I have like plans when the kit is going to be released, but I will be building something with the kit. I'm just not exactly sure how I should showcase it. Probably just in like a family home like this one, and do an outdoors area for like the backyard camping sort of theme. I actually recently did a family home on my second channel, and I put a tent in the yard, and I thought that was such like a cute touch, and that one was completely inspired by the news of the new kit. This one I just had not got a chance to do the voiceover for it, basically because it's a long one, and I don't know, sometimes talking for 30 minutes straight is so intimidating. And once I like start doing it, usually it's never a problem. It's just getting myself to do it. But yeah, so if I forget anything, that is why, because it's been a little while since I built it. But I think this home just ended up being so cute, and I love the way I decorated it. And I did go back through and like look at the screenshots and stuff, so hopefully I don't forget anything, because if I do, I don't know. It's still possible though. But anyways, yeah, here in just a moment, I think once I start placing the landscaping, I really felt like it did not belong in Newcrest at all. I mean, I like building in Newcrest because I think the lighting is nice and there's a lot of empty lots, which is always really nice too. And especially in this part of the world, I just really like the lighting here. Like, it lights up the front of the homes so nicely. It's usually why I gravitate towards building just like suburban style homes here, unless I'm specifically building for like a specific world theme. Then I'll build in those places, but usually I try to build in Newcrest because of those reasons that I mentioned. But anyways, here I am in Granite Falls trying to figure out how I want to do the landscaping exactly. Originally I had it all like fenced in here in the front, which I think would have been cute if I would have left it in Newcrest, but it felt a little bit awkward here in Granite Falls. I think mostly because I had the pathway leading to the front door, which doesn't really make sense because there's no sidewalks. It's all just like grass and dirt paths and stuff like that. So I changed it just to make it look a little bit more natural to the environment. And I don't know about you guys, but I would really love a world like this that was a bit more residential, like just like a mountainous world. I think would be so cool. Just for like, building family homes and stuff, and just like for a regular world. I'm not sure what the pack theme would be necessarily. Maybe like a family theme pack. I don't know. I really want a family themed expansion. I know the last one that we got, which was cottage living, was kind of family themed, and I don't know. What do you guys want in an expansion pack? I just want more family stuff because I like building family homes, basically. I don't do any gameplay, but family gameplay is, of course, really popular. I'm pretty sure the next game pack is going to be werewolves, and it looks like it's coming with, like, a new world. I don't know. I've only seen, like, the teasers and stuff on Twitter, of course, but we'll see. I'm interested in it. I'm not like a huge sort of like occult builder. Definitely not player because I don't play anything, but building wise, I don't usually build like a lot of stuff for vampires or for witches or aliens. I'm not sure if I've ever built an alien home. I think I did an alien apartment once. Maybe I should visit some of those like different occults again. Let me know if you guys would like to see any builds for them. But anyways, here I'm working out the floor plan, trying to figure out how many bedrooms this home is going to have. I didn't really go into building this with any specific family in mind. It was more of just building something that was going to be rustic, but I'm really happy that I went with the whole like nature loving theme. So I think the parents of the home really love nature themselves. They love like hiking, and they like probably like snow activities like snowboarding or skiing. Maybe they like gardening. I also put a greenhouse in the back, so I definitely think they like gardening. I put a bee box out here, a chicken coop. I think I might put some of those like little bug houses out here as well. I'm not sure if I do. I might, but I think the greenhouse is super cute. I really enjoyed decorating that, and I actually planted some plants in the planter pots that I put in there. And the reason I did this is because sometimes it can be a little bit tricky when you're doing gameplay to actually plant things when they're too close to walls. I've noticed whenever I've been playtesting builds or, you know, planted plants myself, sometimes the Sims will not have room for it. And so I moved all of the planters outside, had my Sims plant them, and then I moved them back inside. And once they're fully planted, then it doesn't seem to cause any problems with your Sims like watering them or harvesting the plants. It's only planting them. They like don't have room to do it for whatever reason. So hopefully you guys don't run into any problems because it is kind of a small greenhouse. But yeah, hopefully that solved it. I think it did. And then there's also a swing set out back. I decided to use this one that came from, I believe, Island Living. I liked it because it looks like handmade, and it looks like it's just been made by like the wood that you might find in the forest. So I thought that was super cute. And then I just basically added a lot of greenery, a lot of plants that actually came from Outdoor Retreat, so it matched into the world really nicely, and then a few other just live edit objects plants. Yeah, and I think it looks really nice. And I do fence in the chicken area so they're not wandering like crazy. I really like adding chickens. I added them recently in another build in Strangerville, and I think it's just so much fun, especially in that particular build because I didn't fence the chickens in. They can just wander freely around, and I think it adds a lot of personality for specific builds like that one, which was for a paranoid sim. Which was super fun, and a lot of you guys seem to enjoy that build as well, so I'm really happy about that. Here I'm just adding a barbecuer, and then I add a couple of like lights around and just a few decorations. I basically was just trying to make this feel pretty natural, so no like concrete paths or things like that, just terrain paint. And I think some of it might have disappeared when I was taking the screenshots. I think it might just have been the season that I was taking screenshots in, because I think it was still there, just a little bit brighter. But anyways, it's not that big of a deal. Oh yeah, there I added the little bug house thing. I always call it a bug hotel, but I don't know if that's the proper name for it. I never read the descriptions of things, and I probably should, so I actually know like their proper names in game. Because maybe some things I'm not saying correctly or using correctly, but oh well, I think it's totally fine. But yeah, here I'm adding an outdoor dining table with a picnic basket. I thought that was super cute. I also added a couple of the stumps for bunny rabbits. I thought that was perfect to have here in this world because I do imagine in the forest there's probably quite a few bunnies. And I think I even added the bird tree that came from Cottage Living, so some birds and stuff will fly around this a lot. And then there I just added a chess table, and that one looks like it's been made from like a slice of a tree stump, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then here I'm decorating the interior of the greenhouse, and the interior of the greenhouse has a few planter boxes, but it's very small. I really wish that I would have thought about this more when I was building like the entire lot and planning it out, because I think I could have made it maybe like a tile bigger, and I could have at this point too, I could have moved like the whole lot forward and maybe just expanded this by a tile, and that would have been fine. It wouldn't have changed the entire build too much, I don't think. So if you want to do that, it's definitely possible, but I decided just to go with it and see what I could fit in here, and I think it's super cute and super cozy. I actually really like smaller interiors usually because they just look more like fully decorated. and just nice and cozy. But yeah, like I said, since there wasn't a whole lot of room in here, I did go ahead and plant all of the plants, so you'll see that in the screenshots. And then there I just added a couple of those wall light decorations that I think came from, was it Cottage Living? I'm not sure actually which pack those came from. But anyways, they're so cute. They have like fairy lights in mason jars, and I thought that was perfect for like the whole style of this build and everything. But here I'm moving on to the interior. So for the interior, I wanted to use a lot of the same colors that I used on the exterior. So lots of browns, lots of greens, creams, and just natural sort of earthy tones like I mentioned. And then here on the coffee table, I'm using a couple of these side tables that came from Dream Home Decorator, and I'm merging them together to look like a tray on top of the coffee table, and I think that looks so good. I've done it a couple of other times in different builds, and I think it's just a really nice sort of extra detail, and I think it looks super cute. And at this point, the remote control that I placed did disappear, but I think I noticed it when taking the screenshots and I replaced it. Sometimes when things are snapped to surfaces that are raised up using the 9 key, or even I think raised up using the tool mod, they disappear. Usually when you're placing wallpaper for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's such an annoying glitch, but thankfully I did notice it and I replaced it, because sometimes I don't realize things have been like have disappeared until like I've finished the video and taken all the screenshots and everything, and I'm like, oh, it's not there anymore, and I didn't notice. So sometimes that's kind of disappointing. But anyways, here in the living room, I drew a few walls across the room, and then I used the spandrel that came from Cats and Dogs to look like beams across the ceiling, and I think this is such a nice effect. I do it in builds every once in a while, but I should honestly do it more often because it's such like a nice extra detail basically, and it looks pretty realistic, I think, and it just gives some like extra detail to the ceilings, because unfortunately we can't paint ceilings at all in the game. They're just a very bright white, and builds like this especially, I think, where there's lots of browns, the white ceiling really stands out, especially if you have a covered porch and you look at the build from a low angle and you see the bright white ceiling on the porch. It's just so distracting. So I'm really hoping that they change that at some point. But adding the spandrels as beams, I think, is a nice kind of workaround to add some extra detail. Of course, you can use like move objects and add some like shelves and stuff to the ceiling. I've seen people do, or different like live edit objects or debug objects and stuff too. But anyways, here is the like downstairs shared bathroom for, you know, guests and the family members, and it's also a laundry room, so I put a washer and dryer in here, and then just a few clutter pieces and decorations that I thought looked nice. And I like the combination between the tile and the wallpaper that I used. I think it looks pretty cute in there, so I was really happy with that. And then over here is going to be the kitchen. The kitchen is actually a really good size. Sometimes I feel like when I'm working out family homes, the kitchens end up being kind of small, but I think every room in this build actually ended up being a good size. Like the laundry room is a good size, the kitchen, the dining room, the living room is very spacious, and usually, honestly, I don't like long and narrow living rooms. I find them kind of difficult to decorate, but I think for this one, since you like immediately walk into the room, and then I was able to put the couch or both of the couches on either side of the fireplace, I think it just kind of made sense for the space and ended up being kind of easy to decorate and plan around it and stuff. And the master bedroom is actually down here on the first level of the house, and they have like a whole like entryway to their bedroom and a really large bathroom, which I thought was kind of nice. And then down here is also a office room for the parents. I did put some like skill building items and career related stuff. I put the Dream Home Decorator interior designer board in there, basically just because I thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm not really sure if either of the parents are an interior designer, but you could definitely play that way, or you could change it up depending on which family you guys see living in this build. But yeah, here I'm just adding some decorations and stuff around the kitchen, adding some, you know, just purely decorated stuff, but also some functional stuff like a microwave and a coffee pot. And yeah, just cluttering it up with different pieces to make it feel lived in, and really just trying to find items that I think suit the whole rustic look that I was going for, and of course continuing with the color scheme and still using a ton of these decorations that came from the Country Kitchen Kit. I mentioned this in a recent speed build, I think for the Paranoid Sim. the one that I mentioned earlier, I used those decorations in that build, and I think they suit that interior perfectly, but I also think they suit this interior perfectly and a lot of other ones that I do. I just think that kit is really versatile, and I just wanted to mention that because I think a lot of people get frustrated with kits, and I do too, because we get so many of them and it feels like we're not getting other packs as much because we haven't got an expansion pack in a year, and well, stuff packs, I just don't think we're getting those anymore, which is really unfortunate. I imagine they'll maybe like release one other one just so, I don't know, for some reason. I just have a feeling that they will, so we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I like kits, and so I wanted to say that because I feel like a lot of people get frustrated with them for those reasons that I was mentioning. But anyways, over here is the dining room. I absolutely love this table and these chairs that came from the My Wedding Stories pack. I think they're perfect for a rustic build like this. I just love the table with the tablecloth, and it has little like pieces of the wood like chipped out of it. It's just so cute, and I love those extra details, and like the wood tones, so pretty, and the backing on the chair is so pretty, and I'm obsessed with them. I've used them in a lot of builds so far, and I'm really loving them still. But anyways, here is the back hallway leading to the back of the house. I just put a few items in there, but I also put a parenthood board, so it's a little bit more functional, and I thought it was a good spot to place it. But yeah, over here is going to be that office room that I was talking about. So honestly, if you wanted to have even larger of a family in this build, you could turn this into another bedroom like so easily. And honestly, the master suite does not need to be as large as it is, and that could be converted into 2 separate rooms and have another bedroom over there, or you can move the office over there if you wanted this to be a bedroom. So I think there's a lot of different options. So if you have like maybe a larger family or something, there's some options for you guys if you decide to download it. But yeah, here I'm just adding different things that I thought would look nice in here. I actually really enjoyed using that I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but that plant decoration that came from Dream Home Decorator. Sometimes I don't place it because I think the texture on those leaves or whatever they're called just don't look that great. I don't know, the texture for that specific like thing I don't think is there yet, because the other one that came from another pack doesn't look that great either, and I just ended up not using them because of it. But I think it looks nice in here, and then I'm just adding some decorations up on the desk. I guess I was really planning that one of the parents is a designer because I put quite a few of that clutter in there. So yeah, I guess I was thinking that at the time, but like I said, it's been a while since I built this, so I can't exactly remember what I was thinking at the moment. But yeah, here is the entryway to the master suite. So you walk into the entryway, to the right is the master bedroom, and to the left is the bathroom. I also placed a walk-in closet, which I thought was nice, and I just really like those walk-in closets that came from Get Together. And the one that I used in here I specifically like because I like the colors of it, but I also like the texture and like just the design of it. I think is nice. But yeah, here I'm just adding a few things in the bedroom. I have a bookcase in here. I also have a wardrobe, a little poof, some robes, just things that I thought would suit the style and everything. And I think it's just such a cozy room. And honestly, those plaques that I used, they're supposed to be like winter themed or like Christmas themed, but I think they suit this type of build because like the evergreen trees and stuff definitely suit Granite Falls, so I thought that was nice. There I realized I forgot some toilet paper in the other bathroom, so I quickly placed it. But this is the master bathroom, and I haven't used a corner tub in so long, so I thought that was pretty nice in here, and it just felt very luxurious. Maybe this is the like parents' dream home, and the designer sim designed their like family dream home. I think that's kind of a nice idea, because it definitely feels like, I don't know, a very luxurious home. So yeah, I don't know, I think that's kind of a nice idea. But here I'm just adding some extra like decorations and stuff around the bathroom. I placed some artwork right here that came from Outdoor Retreat, and I thought that looked really good in there. And I don't get like a chance to use that artwork specifically very often. I mean, every once in a while I do, but in this build I definitely got the chance to use it. So up here I had this extra little space. And honestly, if you need another bathroom, this would be a great spot just to put another bathroom, especially if you start adding other Sims to the household and turn the office into another bedroom. Like I mentioned, another bathroom might be really nice. But I thought a little reading nook would be super cute. And originally I was going to place like the bear chairs and make like a little kids reading nook, but I wanted to save some of those decorations for decorating the kids' rooms themselves, and I didn't want to be too repetitive with the objects. So yeah, I used those wicker chairs that came from Laundry Day instead, and I think they look so cute in there. And then here I'm just adding some decorations to the hallway, and then I'm going to quickly decorate the shared bathroom for the toddler, the child sim, and the teenager. And it's a very interesting bathroom. It was a very long room, and so I decided to section it into two different rooms technically. And so there's a toilet room and then a shower and sink room, even though they're still basically all one room because I only used an archway to separate the spaces. But I don't know, I just felt like it kind of looked nice and gave the room a little bit more like interest and some extra detail and made it a little bit easier for me to decorate, and I just think it looks nicer this way. So yeah, I decided to go with it. But in here is a shower and tub combo, so the toddler definitely has a space to take a bath, which I think is really nice. And I believe I place a couple of toddler potties, and I think I go back into the kitchen or the dining room and place a high chair. I believe I do. Hopefully I did. Yes, here I'm placing it right now, and I just used this wooden one because it definitely suits the interior that I'm decorating for. So yeah, here I'm just picking out some wallpaper. This wallpaper that came from Cottage Living worked like absolutely perfectly in the toddler's room, and it worked perfect with the like theme of the world and the build, because of course it has like bunnies and mushrooms and leaves on it. It's just so cute. But yeah, so the first room that I'm decorating for the kids is the toddler room, and I used this toddler bed that has the plaid bedding and the wooden frame. It's just so cute, and I was just so happy with the way this room came together. I think it's so adorable. And I used some furniture that came from Outdoor Retreat, like this side table and the lamp, which is just so cute. I was completely obsessed with this room while decorating it. But yeah, here I placed the bear chair, and I also placed a dollhouse. And I did size it down quite a bit, but to my knowledge, they still function just as they should, even if you size them down a few times like I did, and they're just a much more realistic size. I don't know why the Sims team decided to make so many things in the game so ridiculously large, like the doll houses and like the microscope and the telescope and the cupcake machine. It's just, why are they so big? Like, they essentially make them impossible to use in most builds. So I find them very frustrating, but thankfully with the doll houses you can size them down and they still work. But yeah, here I'm just adding a few different clutter items, trying to find things that of course suit the theme. So I found this really cute decoration that came from Outdoor Retreat. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's like a jackalope or something, but anyways, it's really adorable, and I placed it here up on top of the dresser with some books and a bunny, and then I just place a few decorations over here on these shelves. And yeah, I don't know, I think it looks really nice, and I think the room just came together pretty nicely. So yeah, and I'm really excited that I was able to do a woodland theme for each of the age levels, so toddler, child, and teenager, but they're all so different. So this one is going to be another nature lover Sims room, and I used this wooden bed that came from, I think it's actually a base game bed, but it matches this style perfectly, and I did place two of them next to each other, and I've been doing this a lot, but I just really like the way it looks. And I think I don't know, I just think the single beds look so like long and narrow, because they're like 3 tiles long, or almost 3 tiles long, and only 1 tile wide, and I feel like they should be like 2 tiles wide. I think they should be like 1.5 at least. They just look so skinny, and I like them to be a little bit wider. So that's what I did. But yeah, so this sim really loves camping. They're probably in like the Scouts or something. I don't think I actually placed the Scout board in here, which I don't know why I didn't. That seems like a very like missed opportunity, but anyways, I think this sim really likes collecting flowers and collecting animals, and really just loves nature and stuff like that. So I think it's just such a cute room, and I really enjoyed using this flower wallpaper and picking items that I thought went along with the theme too. And I do imagine that this sim also likes a lot of fishing and just all of the outdoor activities. But here I did create a built-in sort of desk unit, which I thought looked really nice. But yeah, over here is going to be the teenagers' room. So originally when I first started decorating it, I was going to do just like a more general like nature loving teens room, and I was gonna go for like a blue color scheme, which I still keep like the blue color scheme quite a bit, but I just really wasn't sure how I was going to decorate it and continue with the nature theme without making it feel too repetitive. I didn't want it to be too much like the child's room, which was more of like a general nature loving kids room, but what I ended up doing was making a little bit more of like a creepier teens room, which I just absolutely adore. This is my favorite room in the house by far, but I think this teenager is a little bit strange. I think they make people a little bit uncomfortable, but they really like collecting all of like the bugs, and they like collecting frogs and fishing, and they like mounting the fish on their walls. And they also have these jars, which I think the jars are technically aliens, but I was thinking that maybe they try to preserve some of the animals that they find and that happen to die, or maybe they find them dead. I'm not sure, but I just really tried to make this room feel a little bit creepier, a little bit more like this sim is into paranormal stuff. And I don't know, I just used lots of decorations from like Strangerville and things that I thought kind of went along with this theme, and I think it's so cool. And I ended up placing a lava lamp in here, which adds like a bit of a green tone to the room, which makes it even spookier looking, or a little bit more like kind of I don't know, like this kid is into some suspicious activity, and I imagine they spend a lot of time alone. And I don't know, I really enjoyed decorating this room. I think it has so much personality, and it was so much fun. And I even added that like lighter fluid or whatever that's supposed to be, but you know, he's being careful. He has a bucket of water right next to it, so I thought that was pretty fun. But yeah, I also really liked placing that shelf. I think that shelf came from Get to Work, if I remember correctly. But anyways, I really enjoyed placing all of the bugs and the frogs and stuff up there. I wish we could have cages with turtles in them. I would have loved to put like a couple of turtles in here as well. But yeah, I don't know, I really enjoyed this room. Hopefully you guys like it too. But if you guys have another room that's your favorite, definitely like let me know. I'd be very interested to know what your favorite was. But I did decide to put a chair in here, so I give this teen their own TV and a gamer console, so they could sit in here and play video games and just spend a lot more time by themselves, because I think that's definitely what they prefer to do. And then I also placed some of this floor clutter, which I thought was really nice. And then this is basically it for the build. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the screenshots. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one who has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you, dreaming of you, dreaming of you, dreaming of you, I'm dreaming of you. What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.